just really the first time I went out and interacted with students as a part of my observation work in college, I was just smitten with the notion that I could work with kids every day. Hi, my name is Cathy Bryce, retired educator. Started out as a teacher and moved into administration and finished my career as a superintendent in 2 different school districts. As we got ready to make a decision about where to go to college, I really was headed to the University of Oklahoma until Midwestern State University at Wichita Falls offered me a scholarship, a full scholarship. Obviously, my wise parents convinced me that that was just going to be a great opportunity, and so I went there, and it was a smaller setting, had great opportunity, and obviously a scholarship that paid for the bulk of college made a big difference. So I did my undergraduate work with a bachelor's in music education, voice performance major, keyboard minor, and a second teaching field in English. And then I went to Oklahoma, back to Oklahoma, and did my first master's in music education also at Southwestern Oklahoma State University in Weatherford. Then moved to Texas in the late 70s to start teaching, and was teaching choir, just happy as a lark, teaching choir. I thought, I might want to be a fine arts director someday. So went in and talked to one of my administrators about what it took to become one. And she said, you really ought to just go up to North Texas and get enrolled to get your master's in educational administration. And you could be a fine arts director, but you could be a principal or a superintendent or anything. And we both had a big laugh. I was in my 20s. And 4 weeks later, I was enrolled at University of North Texas working on a master's plus 9 hours in educational administration with a minor in curriculum and instruction. And then from there, of course, began my doctorate at North Texas right after that. I just went from that certification program into the doctorate and did my doctorate in educational administration with a minor in curriculum instruction. Once I got to Texas, of course, I was a middle school, junior high choir director. And from there, went on to be an assistant principal at a high school, a middle school principal. Then I changed districts and became an executive director of curriculum instruction, assistant superintendent for curriculum instruction. And then I followed a superintendent to another district and became a deputy superintendent there, and then had my opportunity after that to become the superintendent in Weatherford. And then following that, was recruited to become the superintendent in Highland Park in Dallas. And I think at each step of the way, you just have an opportunity to be a part of a great team. One of the things I love about public education is that it's a very collaborative environment. I had loved school always, loved my teachers, obviously loved my choir directors through the years. And I just fell in love with the notion that maybe somehow I could interact with students every day and bring into their lives the things that great teachers have brought into my lives. And I was never disappointed. I had a great career as an educator from beginning to end.